It's a particular pleasure to introduce Matilda Laar, who, as you may know, is a founding member of the ANH Academy, as one of the first Imana Fellows working in the area of process implementation science for school feeding, and is working now on impacts and effects of school feeding work. Hope she'll tell us about that and many other things.
So why do I care about agriculture, nutrition, and health linkages research? I care because malnutrition persists in all its forms and at all stages of life. About 4 out of 10 Ghanaian school-age children today are overweight or obese. The statistics become clear to me every morning when I drop off my kids at school and when I pick them up after school. About a half of the children who come out through the school gate are either overweight or obese. And although it looks as if that our children are having more than enough to eat, we know that hidden hunger persists in Ghana. According to the most recent demographic health survey, we have about 7 out of every 10 Ghanaian children having anemia. And stunting also persists, with about 20% of Ghanaian children being stunted. And when it comes to malnutrition, it is not just restricted to children. Adults are not spared. Overweight and related health conditions such as hypertension and diabetes are no longer considered diseases of the rich. It is now very common to find these conditions in both rural and urban poor populations, and women are the most affected. Unfortunately, it is increasingly becoming the norm in low-resource settings to find an overweight anemic mother and a stunted anemic child living in the same household. The rapid rise in malnutrition and diet-related diseases for a country such as Ghana has dire implications, first, for our hopes of achieving healthy lives for all families, and also our hopes of achieving economic development. I would like to borrow the words of Dr. Hal Du Bois. He's the founder of Harvest Plus, and he captures my sentiments exactly in this statement. I quote, "It is baffling that such intimately related fields, such as agriculture, food, nutrition, and health, have been ripped apart into countless self-contained little units, with each of the units having their own close group of experts," end of quote. In my opinion, these divisions have at best impeded the impact of efforts on addressing malnutrition in all its forms. And over the decades, the overwhelming statistics have called out for a move towards a concerted effort to improve health in vulnerable populations. The ANH Academy Week, from the onset, and has up to now continued to provide the space for academics, for practitioners, and for students in these previously independent fields to communicate and share evidence-based practices. And so my interest in human nutrition was first picked during my secondary school days, where I was first introduced to the effect of diet on health. And my subsequent education in nutrition and public health further ingrained in my mind how diet was important for health and vice versa. It is a no-brainer that someone has to produce the food that we eat for us to be well-nourished, right? However, because my training and work experiences did not highlight the agriculture nutrition linkages as much as it did nutrition and health linkages, I never gave much thought to agriculture and nutrition linkages. The crucial role of agriculture and nutrition nexus became very real to me when in my final year of my doctoral studies, I had to discuss why my year-long nutrition intervention work did not yield the expected results. We had spent 24 months in preparation and then in evaluating the study, but unfortunately it didn't yield the expected results. When I look back today, what would have been more useful, in addition to assessing food security at baseline, would have been to measure year-round availability and affordability of diverse nutritious foods and diets for the study location. A better understanding of agriculture and nutrition linkages in our study population would have been a useful guide for tailoring our nutrition messages to the food realities on the ground. And so as I struggled to make sense of how agriculture could have affected my doctoral research, it dawned on me that although an understanding of food systems and the food environment was so crucial to achieving a diversified, healthy diet for populations, my knowledge in these concepts which I had formerly considered to be reserved for agriculturists, was so limited. Thus, I began a journey of finding out more about agriculture and nutrition linkages to help me work more effectively on nutrition interventions as my career develops. Conveniently, hearing about the Imana postdoctoral fellowships gave me the opportunity to work on this revelation in my work as a researcher. I remember calling my mentor immediately and telling her that I had found a postdoc that was perfect for my life. I had always wanted a postdoc opportunity that would bring me back home to Ghana to be involved in work that I cared about and give me the time that I needed to create networks locally and apply for faculty positions in Ghana. As part of this fellowship, I had the opportunity to take a closer look at the Ghana School Feeding Program, a program that was designed to improve nutrition, agriculture, health, and education outcomes. The nature of the program allowed me to work with practitioners in education, with practitioners also in agriculture, nutrition, and health, and women and gender issues. And this opportunity gave me the first-hand experience of the uphill battle that is faced by separate government institutions that now have to work together in order to link agriculture, nutrition, and health for better program outcomes. And from this experience, I learned that commitment from the highest levels of leadership is crucial for achieving the shared responsibility and accountability that is needed for successful programs. My work with the Ghana School Feeding Program exposed me to the enormous potential of the agriculture, nutrition, and health nexus research and guided me to identify my interest in food environments. From the limited literature available, we know that school food environment contributes to the high childhood obesity rates observed in urban Ghanaian children today. And currently, my research focuses on regulating the type of snacks that are available at schools, assessing the nutritional quality of school meals, and providing linkages between local farmers and school cooks to improve consumption of fruits and vegetables. In all these efforts, I'm careful to work with multidisciplinary teams in order to capture perspectives that I'm likely to be blind to because of my background. I continue to receive guidance from the Agriculture, Nutrition and Health Academy through the technical and policy working groups, especially the technical brief on food environments. My work in food environments has attracted some interest, including a mention in the New York Times and an interview with Oxford Films from the UK. The networks that I have built with other fellows from Imana and Academy Week participants from academia, from NGOs, from governmental organizations, funders, and the private sector continue to play crucial roles and present opportunities for collaborations as I navigate through the early years of my academic career. And so, as an African, I am optimistic about the possibilities for addressing malnutrition and achieving economic development. Working in agriculture, nutrition, and health linkages positions us to be able to nurture the lives and the minds needed to meaningfully contribute to building our continent. As a woman, I believe that women hold the keys to improving agriculture, nutrition, and health in the developing world because of their multiple roles as farmers, as food purchasers, as meal managers, and caretakers of children. Great strides have been made in shedding light on gender issues and in empowering women in agriculture. The future looks hopeful as we strive to find solutions to how we can best promote and measure women's empowerment and women's time allocation to improve health outcomes. As a nutritionist, I recognize that modern nutrition is an interesting, fast-evolving field that calls on leadership in interdisciplinary approaches to address both persisting and emerging nutrition problems. I call on other early career professionals in the field to contribute to identifying multidisciplinary approaches, including agriculture, health, economics, of addressing the multiple burden of malnutrition in women and children of disadvantaged populations. As an academic, it is my hope that academics who design courses and mentor the next generation of practitioners, academics, and policymakers will persistently aim to contribute to the development of professionals who appreciate the equal importance of all players from different disciplines to solve our common problems. I believe that the concept of agriculture, nutrition, and health nexus have to be introduced much earlier in educational programs to encourage young minds to pursue careers in this research area. As a mother of a 7-month-old, I would love to see more research focused on using locally available foods to develop safe, nutritious, accessible, affordable, and appealing complementary foods that can reach both rural and low-income urban markets. This is an especially exciting time to be working in agriculture, nutrition, and health. There is general recognition that malnutrition is not just a problem for agriculturists, for nutritionists, and health workers, but critical for national and global development. Although great progress has been made in bringing together agriculture, nutrition, and health, there's need to continue to strive till these linkages become unavoidable and working together becomes the norm from grassroots to policy making. I am grateful for the opportunity to be part of this great network, and it is my hope that we continue to join hands and work for solutions to the existing questions in agriculture, nutrition, and health linkages for better lives for all. Thank you.